Look at Joshua chapter 1, verses 1. After the death of Moses, the servant of God, God spoke to Joshua, Moses' assistant. What did he say, Pastor Mike? Moses, my servant, is dead. That's the whole scripture I need today. Look at somebody close to you and say, do me a favor. Don't bring nothing into this year that God didn't ordain. If it's not God, it's over. It's over. I want you to take really, really good notes, okay? Take really, really good notes. Take pictures of the screens. I'm loving how you guys are taking notes. Our word for this year is what? Come on, say it like you mean it. Become, by definition, here it is the intentional evolution of spirit, character, and calling. Pastor Mike Jr.'s definition of become for our church is the intentional evolution of spirit, character, and calling. Now, what's one of the most beautiful words in that whole sentence? Intentional. It is intentional. I pray 3 of you can receive this. This is not a season of randomness. This is not the season to be random and think you're gonna bump into a blessing. That you're gonna learn through osmosis, that you're gonna get better because you got older. The devil is a liar. This will be the year of my life where I am intentional. I am intentional about how I read the word, intentional about what I feed my spirit. Can't look at everything, can't listen to everything. I am intentional about, another beautiful word, the evolution. The evolution of my spirit, character, calling. Throughout the years and throughout science, we see evolution. You see this transformation of a caterpillar that becomes a what? Butterfly. I'll never forget in the first grade, Miss McGrew's class at Central Park Elementary. Miss McGrew was teaching us about giraffes, and to this day, it's still the most vivid memory I've ever had. She said, Michael, what were giraffes? And I was like, they got long necks. And she was like, how did they get long necks, Michael? I said, they was born that way. And everybody bust out laughing. I was the class clown. And I never forget, she looked at me and said, did you know that giraffes had short necks like horses, but they ran out of food and had to evolve? I want to ask you a question. Are you going to starve or evolve? Are you going to become stagnant or evolve? They left. Are you going to stay stuck in the memory of what was, or is this your season of evolution? Some of y'all ought to just shout, stick close to me, because I'm getting ready to evolve. It's so much more in me than you see. Become is the intentional evolution of spirit, character, and calling. That is so important. It is the journey from who you have been to who God already sees. And I want to ask you this question. I preach this same message the first Sunday of every year until God calls me to glory. I'm going to be 90 years old on the first Sunday of every year, asking you the same question. Put this in your notes. What's your mission and what's your vision? I believe each person should have a personal mission statement. A personal mission statement. The mission statement is who you are. The vision is where you're going. I'm going to say that again. If you're writing notes right now, you can put my mission is who I am. My vision is where I'm going. Or for the sake of this sermon series, my mission is who I'm becoming. My vision is what I'm pursuing. Preach, Michael. My mission is who I'm becoming. My vision is what I'm pursuing. Pastor Mike, what's your mission? You know it. Don't even realize you know it. It's to love God love people, make a difference. Every morning I wake up, that's my mission. That's my life's mission. I'm gonna give God my whole heart to the best of my ability. I'm going to love people to the best of my ability. Give you the shirt off my back. I love going to doctor's visits. Every time I've ever walked in a doctor's visit with somebody who was sick or battling for their life, the nurses come in the hallway and say, can you come back up here more often? They just smile and they ain't been in good spirit. I love making people smile. I love standing before you and giving you a word, that aha moment. I love when I'm teaching, then out of nowhere, I can see the light click. And you be like, I'm like, yeah, that's what I love. God, I love people to my core. I love people, and my mission is to make a difference, not to make money, not to be famous, not to be popular, not to be a celebrity, not to be the biggest pastor in the city. I just want to make a difference. I want, when God calls me home, I want testimonies being told of how that man made a difference in my life. That man made a difference in my life. That's my mission. The mission is what? Who you are, but the vision is what you're pursuing. Mission is who you're going to become. Your vision is what you're pursuing. See, the reason I need you to identify your mission is because too many people fail year to year because you're so caught up on what you're trying to get instead of who you need to become. And see, if your whole life is about what you're trying to get, once you get it, it's going to change you because you never discovered who you were. And the reason people can't figure you out is because you ain't got it, but you walk like you got it because you know who you are. And I'm telling you, if you become before you pursue, when you pursue, it won't change you because you already know who you are. That's why with or without money, I can walk in the wrong bowl. That's why you ain't the boss, but everybody asks you questions like you are the boss, because the way you carry yourself say you know what you're doing. That's why folks see you and judge you and have an attitude with you, then get to know you and end up apologizing to you because they mistake your boldness for arrogance. I'm not arrogant, I'm not mean, I'm not nasty, but you ain't gonna convince me I am not what God called me. I'm preaching to three folk in here who can testify, I may not have what I want yet, but I am becoming who God called me to be right now. What's the mission? What's the mission? I need you this week to pray and say, God, what's my mission? Let me say that better, because you don't know your mission if you can't provide a mission statement. You want to hear my mission statement? I, Michael McClure, choose to love God, love people, make a difference. At the core, everything I pursue is driven, I'm going to say that better, Michael. Everything I pursue is filtered through my mission. Did you catch that? If it don't match my mission, I can't do it. That's why certain decisions ain't even hard for me. I can tell you right now the answer to that's going to be no. Why? It don't fit the mission. But it's paying so-and-so, that's cool. Making money ain't my mission. Making the difference is. Which is why there will be certain seasons of my life where I don't get paid for what I do. But I know I may not get what you gonna give me, but if I stay true to who God called me, what God gonna give me is greater than what you could have gave me. Am I preaching to anybody? Mission is what you do. Vision is who you're becoming. I need you to catch this now. Why, PMJ? You don't abandon mission to chase vision. You fulfill vision by staying faithful to the mission. That's why today's text is so important, because in Joshua chapter 1, it's on the screen. It says, after the death of Moses, the servant of God, God spoke to Joshua. We got to pause right there. That's enough to have church. After the death of Moses, servant of God, God spoke to Joshua. That's enough to have church right there. I'm going to say it again. After the death of Moses, servant of God, God spoke to Joshua. Y'all looking at me like I want to shout. I just don't know why I should be shouting right there. Because up until now, God only spoke to Moses. Up until now, God would speak to Moses, then Moses would talk to Joshua. Now God is saying, my season for talking to Moses is over. It's my time to talk to you direct. Some of you finna be in an awkward season because you so used to having prayer partners and praise partners. God said this might be the season where you gotta be alone so God can talk to you for himself. I don't need confirmation when I talk to the confirmer. Did you hear what I just said? He says, Joshua, after the death of Moses, it's right on your screen, God spoke to Joshua and said, Moses, my servant, is dead. Please put this in your notes. God makes it very clear to him before he gives him his assignment. God makes it very clear to him before he gives him the assignment. I need you to catch this. Joshua is tripping. Joshua is hurting. He needs affirmation. What Joshua needs right now is for God to send an angel to him and say, Joshua, it's going to be okay. Let me explain to you why God had to do it. But I need to free you. Please put this in your notes. There are moments when God will not explain your loss. He will just simply acknowledge it. Many of you are stuck because you're waiting on God to give you an explanation. God said, I don't explain dead stuff. I move on from them. You're so busy trying to ask God why when God is waiting on you to ask him what next. Michael, no, God is telling Joshua, are y'all listening to your boy? That chapter is dead. I want to say that better. The chapter of your life with Moses is closed. You can keep reading it, but I'm on chapter 12. I want you to catch this. I love what Henry Cloud says in Necessary Endings. This may be worth writing. He says in Necessary Endings, the inability to end something that is over is the number one reason people stay stuck. The inability to end something that is over is the number one reason people stay stuck. Ooh, that's good. And can I free you? Growth always requires an ending. I want you to be careful what you say out your mouth this week. Because who been saying, let's be honest, who been saying, I gotta grow this year? What you really been saying is, God, what do I need to end? Because in order for something to live, something gotta die. Yeah. So I'm really believing God's finna grow me to where I'm gonna be a wife. Well, God said, no, I might need your season of dating to end for a while. Because in a certain state you in, you're not ready. When I'm believing God for promotion, God may be saying, well, I need your ambition to die right now. Sit still and let me work. And I came to submit and suggest to you that delayed endings create prolonged dysfunction. Delayed endings create prolonged dysfunction. I'm gonna say this, and I know everybody's gonna say, man, I just put my own business out there. The places of my life that are dysfunctional is because I wasn't quite ready to close certain doors yet. And many of us don't wanna end stuff because we think as we end it, we're taking a loss. Michael, many of us don't want to end stuff because in our eyes, Jackson, we think to end this is a loss. So I don't want people to think I lost. I don't want people to think I lost, because if people think I lost, they're going to think I'm losing, which is going to make me feel like a So you rather walk around like faking like a winner when you're actually losing, when the real win would have been detachment. Can I free you? Please put this in your notes. Endings are not about loss. Preach, Mike. Endings are not about loss. They are about capacity. God says, I feel my help coming now, I don't end stuff so you can lose. I end stuff so I can make room, so I can give you more. I'm only preaching to 3 of y'all who lost some stuff in 2025 and you still been trying to wrap your mind around how they could leave or how you could lose this. When God is telling you, you don't even see, I'm making capacity. I'm getting ready to send you so much, but it was certain stuff I could not send you as long as there was too much crowded space in your life. I don't know who word this is, but I speak capacity over your life. God said, I'm making room. If they don't call back, don't call them. I'm making room. I need you to get rid of that attitude. Lose the attitude so you can get some peace. Lose the pain so you can get some joy. Lose the frustration so you can finally see my vision. You think you're going through a losing season. God said, baby, I'm just making room because I'm getting ready to send something greater than you ever seen. It's called capacity. It's called capacity. You over here crying about who left. You're going to stop in a minute and realize you got more money now. Because you was paying for them and you. Can I get a what? Over here talking about I can't believe they fired me. You didn't like the job in the first place. God knew you would never quit. So God is like, I'm going to make them leave you so you can finally see I'm up to something in your life. I wish I had 1,000 folk who would jump up, sit down, and shout, make room. Look at this. Why, PMJ? Put it in your notes. Endings are not about loss. I'm going quickly. They are about capacity. Can you put this on the screen? There it is. Ending the wrong thing creates room for the right thing. Woo, that boy preaching today. Ending the wrong thing creates room for the right thing. This is critical. Joshua could never become Joshua while trying to be a continuation of Moses. Joshua couldn't be Joshua long as he was running behind Moses. So I never forget, I was so happy being my daddy praise and worship leader. I did praise and worship, then they messed around and gave me a youth ministry. I want to be very clear. If you think The Rock is dope, my youth ministry was off the chains. I'm talking about, I walked in our daddy's office. I said, Dad, can I get one row for all the young people in our church? He was like, cool. My dad's church is a right pew and a left pew. Then it's a big center aisle. So I started out with just one row of kids, all right, boom. It was me and probably like 9 teenagers and probably 3 people in their 20s. All right, 3 months later, I got the whole left side of the church. When I tell you it was a move, hear me when I say this. My dad, my mom, them, it was a beef too. It was me and Lady versus my dad and my mom. And then so we would be over there. We was the youth pastors. They was the pastors. And so we would walk in church and I had my youth department so fired up. I would do praise and worship. And I ain't just do praise and worship like they do praise and worship. They be up here singing. I had dancers on stage. You remember back in the day when the people used to liturgical dance? I was like, why y'all gotta wait till Easter to liturgical dance? I brought them to rehearsal. We used to sing, Lord, you're good. I used to get up on Sunday. Come on, give God a hand clap of praise. They would start the music. We boom, Lord, you are good and your mercy endureth forever. I still remember the steps, boy. People from every. You was one of the dancers. People from every nation and tongue. Boom. From generation to generation, we. Oh my God, I just bodied that, didn't I? But think about that. You got me, I'm singing doing it. Then the dancers doing it. Then it's 300 teens on the pews just jumping. Now the parents trying to come to church to see where their kids at. So now the parents jumping. So then I come to my dad and I say, Dad, I think the Lord's calling me to start a church. My dad never said, no, I need you to be my youth guy. He understood I would never be me. Go to the next slide, because you don't understand. Sometimes it calls for a season of detachment. Preacher Mike, Preach, Mike. I want to free you. Becoming, can you put that in your notes? Demanded separation. That's heavy. And many of you are so clingy, you can't become. Who wants your child to become smarter? Yet you detach and send them to school. Who wants your child to cheer or play sports? You detach and let somebody coach them. But in your personal life, you try to be everything to a person. Because what we do is when we lose somebody, we make them the devil. Put this in your notes. We either deify or demonize. I should have put that on the screen. Deify or demonize. When they're good to you, we make them a god. When they're bad to you, we make them a devil. And I want to say this to you. All separations ain't evil. I have friends right now I haven't spoke to, and probably twice in over 3 years, because 3 years ago I realized it wasn't a sin to be friends with them. They just made the parts of me that were dysfunctional comfortable. Jesus Christ, that was good. There are certain friends in my life I had to detach from because they made the parts of me that were dysfunctional comfortable. It ain't a sin to be with them. We didn't do nothing sinful. They just made it comfortable for me to complain. They made it comfortable for me to never deal with my weight. They made it comfortable for me to be the version of me that I didn't need to be. So I had to be honest and say, hey man, I love y'all. You may not hear from me as much. I'm just working on me in some areas. And if they really love you, they respect it. Only people who like the dysfunctional you make you feel guilty for trying to be a better version of you. Preach, Mike McClure. How you gonna guilt trip me for trying to be what God called me? Because now it's forcing you to deal with the fact that you ain't who God called. Am I preaching to anybody today? So hear me, because most of us don't want detachment. Hear me, most of us don't want detachment because we don't want to deal with rejection. This is critical, and I came to speak over your life. I'm finna run right here. What you think is rejection is really projection. Michael, what you think is rejection is really projection, okay? You don't like this when I say this, okay? All right, who likes rejection? Okay, I didn't think so, okay? Every mama who done had a baby, give me a what? Every mama who done had to give birth to your baby, give me a what? Every mama who gave birth to your baby and rejected the baby, give me a what? No, every mother in here rejected your child. If you look at science, your baby didn't want to come out. Your baby was floating in water, having all their food brought to them, comfortable. Could nobody get to them, could nobody hurt them. Your baby didn't say, I'm ready. Your body did. The only reason your baby here is because your body rejected your baby. And the rejection of your baby is the birth. You got here off rejection. So if you were birthed through rejection, what makes you think their rejection gonna kill you? So when you go through rejection in your life, instead of saying what's wrong with me, you need to say, God, what you get ready to birth in me. Talking about we don't like you, good. That must mean I'm on a level that they can't comprehend yet, and God get ready to birth something new in me. I prophesy to 20,000 people that this will be the year of your life where God birthed a better. I got to stop. Hear me. This is so good. This is so good. Why, Pastor Mike? Because I want you to realize Joshua is going through a type of rejection. He's sitting there. Who gonna help me preach? Joshua sitting there, right? Joshua, Moses dead. I don't know what to do. I don't know if these people gonna listen to me. I don't know what to do. It's like that. And God, put this in your notes, gives Joshua 30 days to grieve. God says, all right, Moses dead, leave him alone. Day one, oh God. It's okay, just keep an angel around, make sure don't nobody get him. Day 5, what do I do without Moses, Lord? It's cool, they was close, they was tight. God bless them. Day 10, he's still out there crying. It's cool. If the relationship real, you should feel it. Day 20, is he making any progress? He's still in the same spot. It's all right, give him a second. Day 25, he's still up under that tree crying, God, we got to figure out what we're going to do. The children of Israel, they need a leader. Somebody got to get up. I saw a boy in the back. Nope, we ain't going to get the boy in the back. We're going to give him enough time to grieve. Day 30, hey Joshua, it's on the screen. Do me a favor. Moses, my servant, you missed the clap back. Moses, my servant, let me be very clear. He meant more to me than he meant to you. I done gave you 30 days to deal with this. Look at the scripture. He says, now I need you to get going. I like what the NASB version says. It's on the screen. He says, Moses, my servant is dead, therefore arise. I'm finna preach to myself right here because you don't know why to shout because you don't understand Hebrew. Old Testament written in Hebrew, New Testament written in Greek. If you ever read in the Bible and you're in the New Testament and you want to know what a word means, look at it in the Greek. If you want to know what a word means in the Old Testament, look at it in the Hebrew. Hebrew, okay, I had to write it down because I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm going to read it. Kufamim. Kufamim. I want to get it right because you say it wrong. Kufamim. Here's the pronunciation. You'll pronounce it like COO-FAV-MEM. Arise in the Hebrew, Kufamim, means to stand up.